My name is James Jenkins. I currently am design and innovation and product development here at Cruise Foam. We produce a biodegradable foam, and I help to develop and design products from our foam. I did my graduate program at San Jose State and graduated spring 2022. And I studied sculpture and digital fabrication specifically. I was just so wanted to develop my skills and how you would actually produce things in mass. And I didn't necessarily want a industrial design. I wanted like the actual artistic approach with it. So yeah, it was a great experience. Well, some of them you're going to need to, some of the projects I'm working on right now are going to require an NDA. So unless you're ready to sign one, but we're working basically to replace all styrofoam packaging with our biodegradable foam. And so I'm looking at how can we take our foam that's being produced with an extruder and how do we easily scale that into products that you use every day, products you get from Amazon, products you get online, direct to consumer. And so I am constantly trying to find easy approaches, ways of mass producing our foam into a finished product that the end user would then receive and be able to compost, home compost, or throw in your recycling bin with confidence. That's a great question. It's really working in biodegradable recycling space is huge, not just for like the market, but I don't know, for my kids, for like generations after me. Because right now we're dealing with all the issues from Dow and DuPont that have produced all these plastics and microplastics that are just never going to disappear, never biodegrade, and continue to impact us for generations. So the opportunity to be able to mitigate that, or at least make it less of an issue for next generations from my time of production, that's huge and super important to me. Having even the slightest possibility to impact the future in an environmental way is like incredible. So my transition from grad school into the current position that I have now was kind of a roundabout way. I was making large scale sculpture, I was making furniture, and just as a technician making furniture and sculpture. And it was utilizing all the skills that I had learned at San Jose State and before. And so, but I wasn't realistically able to provide for my family. And then there was this opportunity came up for just doing prototyping, small scale prototyping. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't, it was actually a ton of work. It was very manual labor, very physical, and very tedious. So it required like an eye for detail and like just trying to recognize opportunities for our foam to excel in. And I just said yes at the opportunity to be able to grow and scale beyond the exact position that I already had. And in doing so, I was able to like put myself in a position to then present ideas. Like, our foam does this. Our foam was really struggling with certain qualities of packaging, shelf life, or it was really struggling with compressive strength. But I was looking at our foam and I was like, what is our foam excelling in? And our foam was excelling in insulation, R value. So I was like, the best application for our foam is cold chain. All the meal prep, the blue aprons, the Omaha steaks, you name it, how many people do we know getting food prep programs? And they're getting in styrofoam, some weird cardboard with dry ice. And I saw our foam, that was the space it would be able to excel in. We didn't need it to have this extended long shelf life. and it just needed to keep things cold. And then you could throw it in your home compost. Like win, win, win. It had to check all the boxes for us to go to market with it. And it gave me the opportunity to like, it's so funny. It's like, I think it's mine, but it more just seeing like if all the ingredients were there for me to say, let's go in this direction, but no one was looking at it in that direction. So I really think like being an artist, being able to think outside the box, being able to look at a material a different way, it doesn't have to like work immediately. It doesn't have to be super obvious. The majority of ideas that you have aren't super obvious to anybody else. And so I had to go through, present it, have this possibility, make a full mock-up prototype. And they're like, absolutely, like that, having that impact on this company at that stage is just really set me up for the rest of my career. I would give for someone interested in applying for a San Jose State master's program or undergrad program, do it. There's nothing stopping you, nothing slowing you down. Apply, do it, and like take all the classes that you want. If you're in ceramics, do digital fabrication, do DMA. If you're in DMA, get hands-on, take a sculpture class, get in the foundry. San Jose State has such a spectrum of making that no other facility has, right? Stanford has a CNC, but how many people can use it? And also, they don't have a foundry to the degree that San Jose State is. San Jose State has a foundry that is like rivaled on the entire West Coast and needs to be utilized, especially by people very focused in DMA. And I think vice versa. If you're focused in sculpture or ceramics, take DMA classes. It's just going to make your work stronger. It's going to make you more integrated. It's going to make your work just more successful. I found stepping outside of my comfort zone at San Jose State the most helpful for me and for making and for my career. So I'm incredibly grateful for my time spent at San Jose State, and I would recommend anyone and everyone for that MFA program.